for me, when we are fully present in our bodies and when we are in tune with what brings us pleasure and how much pleasure these bodies can actually have. I mean, we couldn't possibly be created and given this body without the creator or spirit or God to know that these bodies are geared and designed for pleasure. I mean, we have 8,000 nerve endings for women alone in our clitoris. Ladies, if that doesn't mean we're geared up for pleasure, I don't know what is. I mean, our clitorises, they don't urinate, they don't ejaculate, just for pleasure. And that's just one very small part of our body. If we include like our skin, and we include our ears, and we include, oh yes, this part right here, like that part of our necks, that's very much geared up for pleasure. And if we include our breasts and our buttocks and our ankles, and oh, don't forget your feet. The feet, oh, they are so sensual. And if we include our heads and we include all of that, I mean, we're designed for pleasure and passion. So spiritual sexuality or sacred sexuality is the fact when we actually know that. When we can self-pleasure ourselves and feel joy and celebrate that and own that. And then when we can then share that with someone that we either care about, or our husband or our partners, if we both can bring that to each other, that knowing and sacredness of that other person, and then seeing and feeling their higher self and their hearts, and they can bring our bodies, when our gaze can land on each other and feel that. When our hearts, we can feel each other's hearts. I can see that as he's coming to me with his presence, and he's going to send from his heart all of his presence, and I'm asking him, I will clue him in beforehand, and I will ask him that when he sends his love, he's going to send love and light through that. And I'm going to receive it, and I'm going to send back to him all the radiance and juiciness and all of that women can supply. So he's going to give me presence and focus and direction and honor and cherishment. And I'm going to stay open and surrendered and radiant and luscious and juicy, what the feminine can bring. And then, so I'm going to get presence coming in, and I'm going to send radiance and light and juiciness back. And we can rotate that energy, and we can be with each other in that. There's nothing more sacred. There's nothing more beautiful. It's going to nourish your soul. It's going to enliven your spirit. You're going to feel that life force energy. I mean, we got here. Sexuality is how we got here. It is a life force. It is a creative force. But we go around either stuffing it down, feeling guilty about it, shamed over it. But it's who we are. Really, at our core, we have this energy. And we rarely get to express it. But when we do, oof, it's it. It's my juice. And I'm not ashamed to say that I love it. And it juices me up. It nourishes me. It's so healthy for us. I mean, I rarely have a cold when I'm in an amazing... But think about it. You just need to think about it. When's the last time you really fell in love, or when you were really having that juice with somebody else? You probably never even had a cold. You probably realized, my God, I'm not getting migraines anymore. I'm not feeling my arthritis. It's so health enhancing. All of our hormones kick in. We have endorphins, we have prolactin, we have all the feel-good hormones kick in when we're having orgasms and when we're enjoying our bodies and we're connecting with another human being on that level. So when we're not enjoying it, if we're single and we're not having that for ourselves and we're not self-pleasuring and giving ourselves orgasms, we're going to be like those, like the books say about us, ladies, that we become these little dried up, kind of withered. And I don't care what age you are. I have seen some 25-year-old women that have no zest and no passion and no pep in their step. And I see men now. They're so consumed with work and so worried about what's going on right now with the world. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Deborah, look at you. You're talking about sex. Well, look at what's going on with the world, the condition of the world." It's the one thing that we can do that can bring joy and pleasure to ourselves that's free. And it will enhance every other area of our life. It's free, it's pleasurable, it's enjoyable, and we forget about it. And this is something that we should run to. It's the last thing we should forget about. It's that thing that we can shut the door. We can turn the TV off and the bad news off. And it's the thing that we can actually escape into. We can put the great music on and we can just be with ourselves. Now you can do that with meditation. I know there's a lot of people that get into that amazing state through meditation, and they can have the most spiritual, relaxing experiences doing that. God bless them. I can do it too. I go for walks. I can get this feeling in nature, being connected to my body. Put me in some warm ocean water. Oof, that's orgasmic for me. Put me a nice walk up in the Red Rocks. I just moved to Sedona. Holy cow, that is it for me too. But if I had my preference, and I do prefer, then sharing an intimate, connected experience with another human being where we're both there to nourish each other's spirits and souls, I'll take that. I prefer that. And I'm okay with saying that. And it should be okay for us to say that, lady. It should be okay. That's what needs to change.